Vara here at the Houston Comicpalooza with Mr. Ask a Dad Anything. And Mr. Ask a Dad Anything, what's your real name?
My real name is Aaron, but you can just call me Dad.
Okay. And so what has been some of the most popular things that people have been asking you, seeing that your sign says free advice, free dad hugs, free jokes?
The dad jokes, definitely.
And what's been your favorite dad joke so far?
Probably one of the most popular ones is why are pirates so mean?
Why?
Because they just are.
That is a good one. One of my favorite ones I used to tell in high school when I was a high school teacher was, why did the coffee call the police?
I don't know. Why did the coffee call the police?
Because it was mugged. I know, right? Yeah. That was pretty much my students' reactions, too. So with that being said, has this been a very popular character for you to be here at?
Well, it's not really a character because it's just me. I'm just kind of advertising who I am. I really am a dad. I really just love people, and I just want them to know that there's somebody around that can will listen and give them advice, give them a hug if they need it, tell them a bad joke. But yeah, it has been extraordinarily popular.
How have people responded to you emotionally, like when you give them a hug, or because earlier I saw three young ladies come up to you and they were, you told them, I'm proud of you, I love you. Have you gotten a lot of emotional responses?
Yeah, when somebody asks for a hug, I'll give them a nice, big bear hug, and I'll tell them that I'm proud of you. And yeah, a lot of times they'll just melt into me and just start crying. I mean, obviously there's a need for a lot of people to get a hug and get some validation that they're wanted and somebody feels proud of them.
And I imagine that's a really big deal because you probably have quite a few people here who probably don't have a dad, have never heard that, and that really does touch them in a way. So in a way, not only are you just here for ask a dad, but do you feel like in a small way maybe you're also being a public service to people?
It seems that way. This is kind of a new thing. It's the first time I've ever really done something like this, and there's definitely, from what I've seen, a demand and an appetite for it. So yeah, I would say this is a public service, and I will probably be trotting this sign on again to future conventions.
And I have to ask, so what inspired you to do it? What said, hey, I'm going to go as Dad, or as Dad, to a comic convention?
Well, it kind of started last month during the Pride event, Pride Parade in Houston. I was actually in the parade and wearing a Free Dad Hugs shirt, and just got a lot of positive response to that, and I just thought I'd expand the concept a little bit.
And this is your first year doing this, correct?
That is correct, yes.
And you're definitely going to be doing this again in the future, right?
Oh yeah, definitely, yes. Yeah, yep.
And so what has been some of the more, it says ask dad advice, right? So what's some of the more sillier advice or sillier questions you get?
Oh, I've had people ask me, why did you never come back?
Valid, totally valid. I left to go get a pack of cigarettes, never came back,
Gallon of milk, pot of smokes.
But okay, so I'm going to tell you a real life story, very weird. So my neighbors, they left living in their house 3 years ago, right? And then this little old man shows up. He's like, oh, I used to live here. And I was like, I've never seen you here. I've been living in this house for 8-9 years. I've never seen you. Oh, well, I left 30 years ago, and it dawned on me, it's the dad who left them literally 30 years ago, just up and showed up. And I was like, could probably come use some advice from you.
Probably, yeah, probably. Wow, my goodness.
But what's okay, so you've talked about the silliest. What is a more serious type of question that you've been getting advice-wise?
I got a question yesterday from a young lady. I guess she had just broken up with her first boyfriend, first love, that day, and asked about what to do about a broken heart. And I mean, what can you say to that? I mean, I just told her to say, it hurts, it sucks. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, candy coat it, but it's just every day it gets a little bit better, and just try to distract yourself. Work on you. And just try not to dwell on it. That's about the best advice I could give for a broken heart, especially a first broken heart. It sucks. Yeah. We've all been there.
Oh God, yeah, it's painful, and you think the world's going to end.
Yeah.
Well, that is really awesome that you're doing this, and I absolutely love this. Brilliant idea. I'm so glad you did it. Is there a social media that people can hit you up at if they're interested in this, or if you just want to send this video anywhere?
No, I don't. Not yet, but this has kind of sparked an idea for maybe a YouTube, channel for myself. So who knows? Maybe in 6 months, Google Ask a Dad YouTube and see what comes up. So
You never know. You know what? YouTube, very popular. This guy who just teaches people who don't have dads how to do basic things like change tires and a tie, and it's a huge hit. And I was like, I never would have thought in a million years that would have been such a big deal.
take care, sir. Yeah.
Thank you for the advice and everything.
You bet. Anytime.
Great dad, great advice, great
Yes.
love.
Best dad ever.
Proud of you too.
That is so awesome. Well, thank you so much for this interview and everything. And this is Vara with the VCR show.